Okay, this is a functional flow or a Pilates flow, and I've got a towel. I was working on this. A towel and some weights. And you'll grab whatever else you need. If keeping it in and near you, in the workout and near you is important to you, I always have all these other things near me just in case. Okay. So we're going to start standing today. My light weights are just cute little twos. This is what light means to me. Whatever number is your light weights number, great. Keep it close by. Make a change if you need to. We're not going to use the towel just yet. Okay? Let me just turn off my heater. Okay. Okay, so up to stand. Let's do a little bit of a V position with the feet. You can, and I say this often too, a lot of us, our legs are shaped differently. If your heels don't fit together when you stand with your legs together, just because of the way your legs are shaped, grab a ball, either a squishy ball like this, or even a tennis ball, or something like of that size, or even a yoga block. Sometimes it's nice to feel that feeling of being able to kind of zip up and get the inner thighs to wake up, okay? So once you've got yourself settled, spread the toes apart, push down through the front of the foot, and we'll just bring the head back and stand as tall as we feel like we can. And let's kind of release a little bit of any neck tension that exists. When you go side to side, see if you can try to not hold your breath, but breathe, and just relax the jaw. As you're moving side to side, I feel like I'm doing this right now. Try not to sway side to side, but let it be the head on top of the spine that's moving. Of course, your upper spine is probably moving too. And then you come back to the center, and we're going to do a chin to throat, pulling your chin in towards your throat, looking down towards the floor. I'm still kind of pulled back a bit, and then slide your chin forward and look up. So this is a little bit more of the head moving on the spine here. Chin in, eyes down, chin up, reach up, eyes all the way up. One more each way. Breathe. Try and relax your shoulders. And then come back to the center. And now we'll do side to side. So again, you're using your eyes to look over your shoulder, through the center, over to the other side. And again, I'm not moving I'm trying not to move my shoulders and my hips too much. I'm noticing how my neck feels today. If I have more mobility on one side than the other, every day is different. Even yourself out, come back to the center, and just a circle, come around, and then behind, and then one time going the other way. Snap, crackle, pop. Always kind of freaks me out. And then come back to the center, okay? So from here, again, toes are a little bit wide, spread your toes, push down through your feet, and we can just bring the hands to the hips. Your arms can really go anywhere else as well. Push down through the fronts of the feet, the balls and the toes, and start to lift your heels, and then lower them back down. As you lift, see if you can pretend like gravity is pulling you straight up, and then down again. And if your ankles are wobbling in and out, great, that's awesome. That's exactly what kind of we want to happen. Maybe you're able to just squeeze your heels together, but this kind of a thing really wakes up the muscles around the ankles, in through the arch. Notice if when you lift your heels naturally come apart. See if you can pull them together. If you can't get them together, again, grab something that you can squeeze, like a ball or a yoga block, because we want to work the inside of the foot and the inside of the ankle too. And we'll just do like 3 more of these. I think you can tell here, that I'm taking my time. Take your time. I want to use like all the toes. I want to use all the toes. And let's just do one more. And then lower down. Good. And now we can come a little bit more parallel. And I'm just going to shift into my right hip. When I do, my left hip falls a little bit. You may need to separate your feet a little bit more. So this is kind of like one hip shifts over. This is a cute hip move. This is cute. I've realized recently that there's two ways that I could describe like hip movements. One of them is like really stable, and the only thing I can come up with this other kind is cute. I don't know. If you can think of anything else, let me know. There's probably 18 other options, but this is the one. Okay, now come back to the center. Now we're not going to be so cute. Hands to the hips. As you shift over to one side, I'm coming over to the left. This outside hip just came with me. My right toes are down and my left heel is up. These are stable, like the whole thing just moved over to the side. And then I'm coming back down with my right foot. I'm shifting over to the other side. Nothing changed here. And I'm just gonna pick up my opposite toes and then put them back down. Lower through one heel, shift to the foot, and then lift the opposite foot. Just go at your own pace here and focus a little bit on just staying nice and stable. As you shift, you're leaving the connection to the ground and then finding it again. I'm just gonna do 2 more of these. Again, we're breathing. Your arms can really do whatever you need. If this like helps you with your balance, great. Come out here. And I'm gonna do 1 more here. And up and down and then back, okay? I'm gonna bring my feet a little bit closer. A couple of arm choices that I would use specifically. This is one for the next exercise. This is where I'm gonna go, but not everyone wants to push their head forward. I really like this, hands up, and you can bring them behind the head or to your forehead. So try those 3 and then gravitate towards whatever you want to. We're coming back to our stable hip position. I'm coming over to the right leg, and this opposite leg, my left one, is going to flex and point. And flex. See if you can press your right hip forward, pull your head back, let your shoulders come down just a little bit. If it's hard to let the shoulders come down, maybe that's when I would choose this. I don't want to increase tension in the shoulders. I like this because it really makes me stand up super straight. We're just going to do 1 more of these point and flexes and return just a quick relax and then come back. And re-lengthen. I'm shifting over to this left leg. Outside leg is a point and a flex. This is a good time, again, to pull the head back into the hands gently. Draw the abdominals in. Nice deep breaths. 4 more. And 3. And 2. 1 more. And then come on back. Bring the arms down. 1 more little variation here. Feel free to change where your hands are. I think I'm going to come to the forehead for this next one. My hands are just right to the forehead. Shift over to the right leg. Left leg is going to come out, and this is a nice little circle. I'm thinking about coming in front of the leg, above, behind, and then return to the floor. So it's almost like I'm drawing a circle around where I perceive my hip joint to be. And standing is a bit of work too, right? Really push down through the leg. Let's go the opposite way for the circle. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And then return. Yep, it's a little shouldery. I'm coming back though. Shift back into the left leg, stand nice and tall. And here we have the circle on this side. P.S., and I can't believe I didn't say this sooner, if your balance is not wanting to be your friend today, don't get mad. Just put your hand down on something, put your finger on the wall or the windowsill or a chair. Help yourself. Help yourself. Let's go the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, side is harder, and 1, and then come on back. And let's come all the way down. I want to do a shoulder roll here. Let's do 3 in each direction and then go the other way. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bunch of parts just got warmed up just a little bit. I'm gonna grab my towel. It's a full-size towel. If for some reason you don't have one, grab a yoga strap or even a band. There's just so many other things you can use, but this is what I'm gonna use today. And this is gonna work a little bit of our grip strength. It's a little awkward, which I kind of like every once in a while. Let's keep it awkward. So you can bring your hands out wider than your shoulders and distinctly wider than your shoulders. Try not to be too narrow. And we're going to bring the arms up towards the ceiling. When you get up here, there's kind of a sweet spot. You can let your shoulders slide down just a little bit. Reach up through the knuckles. Make sure your wrists aren't collapsing, but that they're nice and strong. And push down through the feet. Your feet can end up wherever you want them to. I'm going to do a little bit of a side to side here, and along the way I don't want to lose the resistance that I've created throughout the length of this towel. So I'm just kind of gently pressing out to the sides, pulling the shoulders down a little bit, breathing. I'm going to do 2 more sets here. And again, this is kind of like work and sort of length and stretch at the same time. At least it is for me. Let's do 1 more each way. And other side. And then central, and then come all the way down, roll the shoulders here, go the other way, and let's come back out 1 more time. Again, just a little bit wider than your shoulders, so you can reach out, long wrist, shoulders down. We're going to do a twist to the right. See if you can keep your hips nice and still. And center, left. And center, and right, and center, and left, and center, and lower down. Roll the shoulders around. Just to give the shoulders a little bit of a stretch, if you put your towel down and carefully step on the towel, you can soften your knees, round. I'm letting my arms be really heavy, and I'm lifting up through my mid-spine and relaxing my head. And this feels both like a stretch through the spine. It's like I'm holding on to the towel to create a stretch through the shoulders. We're going to try this again when we're seated on the ground. It's probably going to feel different there. And then you can just release down and grab like a whole stretch here. Take a good breath. Knees probably soft, a little bit soft. 1 more. And then you can just leave the towel there and roll all the way up. Okay. We are going to now change the way the towel is. Big transformation here. I'm going to put the towel down flat. Let's pretend like just for a second we're at the beach. I will say that there's 41 days until spring, but I don't know who's counting. Okay, so we can flip over and have a seat on your towel. Ideally, this kind of mimics, we do this in so many other ways, but you're going to create sort of a hammock for the upper body. So when you reach your arms out nice and wide, you're grabbing onto the edges of the towel and then bringing the arms up. And we're going to do some curling forward in just a minute, okay? So, but just get yourself set up so when you reach back and you curl forward, it's kind of right in place for you, okay? And then just release that for a second. And then bring the arms right down by your sides. Feel as long as you can through the spine. Knees are bent, toes are forward. Just relax through your pelvis here. Try not to tuck or curl or anything else. Be as neutral as you can. Hands to belly and breathe into your waist. Take a lateral breath to ignite and create an awareness to those deeper muscles in your center. Really let your belly fill up. Let it really, really, really fill up. And then as you empty the lungs, think about how it comes back in again and how everything kind of comes central. You can add that feeling of your hip bones pulling in towards one another. That's kind of a subtle feeling. Let's do 2 more of these deep breaths. Try as hard as you can to relax your shoulders and your jaw as you do this. With your exhale, imagine that your spine gets a little bit longer. Okay, 1 more deep breath. Yeah. And then you can keep your hands wherever you want, really. I'm going to bring mine right down by my sides. Push down into the mat the best you can. If it feels good to keep your palms flat, do that. If it feels good to have your palms face your thighs or even do palms up, try any of those 3 and see which ones you like the best. And we're going to push through the feet and gently just roll only through the bottom third of the spine. You don't have to work too hard here. It's just a gentle little curl up and then release it back down and maybe add a little bit of an arch. So we're taking the pelvis, we're tucking in just a little bit, and then we're untucking and then adding that arch. And just try that a little bit to bring some ease and some movement in through the low spine and breathe. Okay, we don't need to force anything. We're just creating a nice little mobile feeling in through the low back. Now what you can do as you keep going is add a little bit. So maybe one time you'll come up to where your thoracic spine begins, wherever you feel like that is. Okay, and then maybe the next time you'll come up to mid-thoracic spine, right around like below your shoulder blades. And then release back down. And then who knows, it's really up to you how far up you are lifting. But let gravity and like the feeling of releasing be what brings you back down. And when you come all the way down, you come all the way through to a small little arch in the low back. Try and create just a nice little flow. And as always, if this kind of a movement isn't right for you, do something else or just keep breathing. Okay. Let's just do 2 more here. And 1 more. And lower all the way down. Release at the bottom. Neutral spine. Feet can come together if they aren't. You can reach back behind you. So we're going to do some curling forward, and we're going to start kind of small, just like we did with the lower half of the spine. I'm going to bring my arms up and elbows kind of reach up towards the ceiling. I've got strong wrists, long little hands here, like the knuckles are reaching back. And I'm going to practice pulling my chin in towards my throat and just curling forward a little bit. I like exhaling and then lowering back down. With this movement, try and find a sense of ease and length. It's so easy to feel like really grippy and like we're losing length in this position. So you may need to feel like your head is sliding up the towel a little bit. If the towel doesn't work for you, just leave it out and do this movement without it. Let's do 4 more. And 3. Just a quick note about the towel. Instead of pushing forward through your hands, almost pull away. Pull away, like your knuckles are reaching upward and for the wall behind you. And that helps me to find a little bit more work and length through the neck. Let's do 1 more. And then come all the way back down. Bring your arms out nice and wide. Arms can come back down by your sides, okay? I'm gonna come back to that palms down. Whatever palm position you want is fine. Widen your feet to be as wide as your hip bones, maybe a hair wider, and push through the arms and the feet to lift the hips up. We are not articulating now. This is just a lift, straight up, long spine. We're just gonna hold here for a second. Arms are gonna come up towards the ceiling. Notice how that really changes the way the back feels. Palms can face one another. Slide your shoulders down, draw the abdominals in. Inhale, reach the arms out east and west. Exhale, come on up again. Maybe palms together at the top. Inhale, widen. Exhale. Back together again. 2 more. One more. Bring the arms back down by your sides. We can articulate on the way down though. That feels nice. Relax the throat. Roll down. And release. With a straight spine, we're going to come right back up. So take a deep breath. And up again. Okay? Hold here. Just make sure that you have an awareness of your front side. Draw the ribs in and the belly in, and just kind of make sure that you're not completely splaying your ribs out and your belly out towards the ceiling. Let's turn our attention towards the legs a little bit. Knees are going to come a little wider than they are, and then a little bit more narrow. Notice how this feels in your hip joints, and notice if you have to maybe bring your hips up or down a little bit, just so it feels better within your back. Maybe your feet need to change a little bit. Maybe they need to go a little wider. Okay, so as you move the knees in and out, move around until you find a place that feels the best. You're breathing. Let's do 3 more here. 3 and 2. Long, easy neck. 1 more. And then bring the knees back in and just hold here for a second. Push down through the heel a little bit. Let's grab that nice release on the way down. So relax your throat. Easy roll down. When you get to the bottom, release the tush and the pelvis. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to walk my feet back together. And I'm going to reach back and grab onto the corners of the towel. Lengthen my neck before I begin. So when I bring my arms up, I'm going to pull back like the knuckles almost want to reach up and back at the same time. Exhale, chin to throat, curl up. Inhale down. And exhale, come up. We're going to add here. The next time you curl up, bring the right leg to tabletop. And then the left. And then the right. And left. 2 more. One more set. Come all the way down and bring your arms out nice and wide. Okay, let's come back again. Wiggle your fingers if you need it, if you need to. And then come back, arms by your sides in some way. Feet are going to come this time a little more narrow. Not completely together, but pretty narrow. Press your arms down. Hips come up, let's say halfway, not too high. Push through the whole foot. Lengthen the neck, slide the arms so they're really supporting your weight here a bit. We're going to roll through to the heels and lift the toes up. When you lift your toes up, push down through the heels a little bit more to get a real tushy connection here. So you should feel your glutes for sure. And then just put the toes back down. Flex and lift the toes up. And then put the toes back down. And again, flex and lift. And put them down. One more time. Flex and lift, neck is still long, and put them down. Now take a nice deep breath, push down through the left foot, reach the right heel to the ceiling, and then come right back with that foot. Push down through the right foot, reach up through the left, reach through the heel. Keep going here. Modify however you need to. Take a break if you need to. I'm really using my arms by my sides here, and that feels pretty good. If you need to challenge yourself a little bit more, I think bringing the arms to the ceiling is one way to do that. And reach. Let's do one more each way. And up. Other side. Replace the feet down. Relax those upper spine vertebra and roll down. Relax the pelvis. Try and move your hips from right to left so you know you're really relaxed through the pelvis, the pelvic floor, the tush. And walk your feet back together again. Reach back, grab onto your towel. Okay, we're going to look for that long neck feeling again. So I'm going to hold on to the corners, reach up, long, strong wrists, reach back through the knuckles as you push up towards the ceiling, chin to your throat, exhale, curl up. Inhale down. Okay, so you can stay here or you can add on. By adding on this time, I mean we'll bring both legs up. I'm going to do feet together, knees a little bit wide. Four more. And three. And two. One more. Come all the way down, feet down, arms wide, okay? Release the towel, bring the arms back down by your sides. One more little bridge variation here. Let's bring the feet again a little bit narrow, okay? Not too much space between your feet. Push down through the whole foot and come up about halfway. Just a quick little pelvis check-in. Let's see, are you slightly tucked here? Or are you arching? Notice how it feels in through your tushy and your belly when you ever so slightly pretend like you want to tuck versus coming into a little bit of an arch and releasing. Yeah, for me, when I go into an arch, it feels a lot different. So notice how that feels for you. I'm going to ask you to come, it's not nearly a tuck, but lengthen out so you're feeling like you're starting to tuck. You should feel the glutes more and length here. And then bring the arms up towards the ceiling. Palms are facing one another. Shift your weight into your right heel and lower your left hip. Push through the right heel and squeeze the left booty to come up. Shift your weight into your left heel. Lower the right hip. Push through the right hip to come back up again. Shift your weight into your right heel. Lower the left hip and then push through the left heel as you come back to center. Shift your weight into your left heel. Lower the right hip. Push through the right heel as you come back up. When you lower the hip, the glute disconnects a little bit, and when you come back up, you find the connection. When you lower the hip, that glute releases a little bit, and as you come back up, you find it again. Two more. Down. And down, alternating your hips. One more each way. Other side. Relax your throat. Arms come down. One more, roll down, roll down, roll it down. All the way, relax the pelvis. Bring your feet wide. Bring both knees over to the right. This is a big old stretch. Take a nice deep breath. One more deep breath. You're about to hear activity in my house above and outside of me. Maybe you won't hear it. I can never tell if you can or can't. But there's like construction situation that's gonna happen. That's the sound of dogs, not rhinoceros, above my head. I don't know if you can hear that. And then come back to the center. Okay? All right, so we're gonna stay, I'm just gonna leave this towel here. We're gonna come onto our side. I'm gonna grab my cute little weights here. I've got 2s, like I said. Whatever number you wanna use is fine. I'm just gonna stay on my right side and come down onto my right arm. And I'm gonna use both weights here for a rotator exercise. Before we move, just a quick spine check-in. See if you can feel like your back is against the wall. Pull your head back and just kind of find those connections. And then you can grab your weights. And then come on up. Just pause here for a second. Hiccups. Plug your top shoulder in and lengthen your neck. Down and up. Okay, if you have any scar tissue or yucky feelings as you move through this, put your weights down, please. And just do this motion and get better at this motion without loading up weights. If it hurts, you're going to wind up recruiting things that maybe you don't want to recruit. Okay, like other muscles to take the place of the ones that hurt. Let's do 3 more. And 2. 1 more. And then come all the way down. Get rid of one of your little weights. I just want to show you a couple options. We're going to do some leg movements here. You can either hold and just rest the weight on your thigh. Mine, it's not so hard for me to just tuck it right behind my knee. For some of you, that could cause a cramp. Okay, so just know that there's other ways to do this. You can always just rest the weight right on top of your thigh as we move, okay? I'm going to tuck mine right there, and then I'm just going to bring my top hand down and lower and lift the leg. As you lower and lift the leg, try and keep a mindful awareness of where this top hip is. It's not going forward and back. We're not rolling around here, just the leg. And let's do 6 more. 6 and 5, 4 and 3, 2, 1 more. And then lower about halfway, pause right there. Your knee is looking straight ahead, and we're gonna make a circle down, up, all the way around where you can visualize your hip joint being. Ooh, let's do 3 more in this direction. 3 and 2 and 1, and let's go the other way. 4, 6, let's just gently push down through the bottom leg to create a little bit more stability. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Come all the way down, grab that weight. Let's do another rotator set, okay? Make sure you're right on your side, straighten that spine out, plug that top shoulder in, and up and down. 2, 3, nice deep breaths here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ooh, I feel like I haven't done those in a while. Okay, take that weight and put it somewhere. I'm going to tuck mine behind my knee again. This one is a creeper. I'm going to keep my hand for now right on this hip. I've just lifted this top leg up, so the knee is hip height, and the leg will journey forward and back and forward. Okay, so your challenge is to keep your upper body still. Upper body still. The leg moves without the help of the upper body. 4 more. 4. And 3. And 2. 1 more. This time when you bring your leg back, hold. Little pulse, lifting the leg up and down. Just close your eyes for a second. I want you to think about the part of your tush that is out to the side, where the thigh and the butt intermingle. That's where I want you to feel this. Last 4, and 3, and 2. My goodness. Okay. Grab the weight. Okay, let's do another rotator set here. Lengthen out through your spine. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Relax those weights. Straighten the legs out so they're at a bit of an angle. Upper body straight, legs coming forward just a bit. Top hand right in front of the ribs. And we're going to let this top leg kick up and come back down. Kick up and come back down. Kick up and down. 6 more. 6. Get your foot involved. I kind of like flex up, point down. Flex up, point down. Last 3. Flex up. And 2. Last 1. And all the way down. Okay, let's bend these knees and just take a quick stretch here before we roll over to the other side. If you want to really increase your chest stretch here, you can carefully grab one of your light weights. This can be really intense. And then keep this like goalpost or cactus shape as you bring, oh my gosh, the arm over. Breathe. Relax your forehead. One more deep breath. Yowza. And then roll over. My goodness, that weight really changes the way that stretch feels. For me at least. Okay, let's come over to the other side here. Side 2. What's gonna happen? It's gonna be so exciting. Okay, and maybe this side is different, so maybe you'll have to make other choices. We'll see how it goes. Bend your knees. Let's keep the weights nice and close. Straighten out, and we'll do a rotator set first. When you pick up your weights, I kind of like to just pick them up and pause for a second. Plug that top shoulder in, draw the abdominals in, and then move from there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then put it down. Okay, so again, you can either just rest the weight right on top of your thigh or sort of grab it with your top knee, even your spine out, and we'll go down and up. And again, hip is nice and still. I'm not rolling around on my left side, or I'm trying not to. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and then lower halfway down, circle. Circle whatever the knee is looking at. 2, 3. Try to get the floor, that wall, the ceiling, that wall, and then the floor again. And now let's go the other way. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more, and then come all the way down. Take the weight out. Okay, grab the weights, get yourself right on your side again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more, all the way down. Put those weights down, but grab one. Okay, so this one is, you're keeping your knee about hip height. You can keep your hand on your hip or on the floor, and the leg comes forward and back, and I'm trying really hard to keep my side stable, myself right on my side without shifting forward and back. And 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, one more time. Hold when you get back there. A little lift and lower. And again, you can close your eyes here. This is the side tush exercise, or the glute med. Glute med. I keep saying I'm going to post a picture in the notes of my classes, and I keep forgetting. I got to do that. And I just turned my ring around. You guys have like a way that you remind yourself to do things? But then I turn my ring around, and then I look at my ring and I go, what the hell was that? Last 4, glute med picture. 3, 2, one more. Ooh. Take out the weight. Let's do one more rotator set here. Long spine. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Relax the forehead. 3, 2, one more. All the way down, and you can just put those weights down. Legs come out nice and straight. A little bit of turnout, up and down. Flex, point. Flex, point. 6 more. 5, you can push the bottom leg down a little. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, that leg does not want to do that. Okay, bend your knees. Here is your stretch. If you tortured yourself by adding that weight, again, proceed with caution. This is a very deep stretch. At least it is for me. Give me 3 more deep breaths here. Yowza. Roll back. My goodness. Okay, we're going to come onto our hands and knees. I'm going to keep the weights right at the front of like where my head will be, and I'll come onto my hands and knees. Get yourself hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and let's just do a couple of cat-cows here because it feels nice, I think. Roll through the spine. And then come on back up again. And arch. Round. And arch. One more each way. And arch. And now we're finding neutral. We're finding neutral. So I'm going to go into a modified push-up. I just want to talk about the shape of the arms for just a minute when we do our modified push-up. Elbows out to the sides. Those of you with chronic shoulder tension, I know I often say elbows wide, but it's almost like your elbows want to look wide but back at the same time. Wide but back. And we're going to lower ourselves down. My weights are right underneath my face. I'm going to pretend like I want to tap my nose or my chin to my weights. Elbows go wide but back. And see if you can use your full hand for this. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Come all the way up. Just for a minute, come on up, twirl your wrists, take a nice deep breath. And then come back. Let's find this hands under shoulders. I'm going to grab one of my weights. I'm going to start with my right hand. Pulling the left hand under the shoulder. And just a quick note, I say this a lot, but if being in one wrist is really unpleasant for you, try grabbing a heavier weight like an 8 or a 10 and hold on to that. It decreases the bend in the wrist and it often helps people, okay? I'm going to pull my right elbow in towards my side, extend the arm, and then bend. Extend. So you can stay here if this feels like a sufficient amount of excitement for you. You can also extend out your left leg with the toes down and continue. And this is going to add a little bit of that awareness in through the hips. This is not a cute hip exercise. The right hip isn't sticking out. The hips are nice and even with one another, or they're trying to be. 2 more. 1 more. Hold the arms straight for a minute. Plug your shoulder in, small lift up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, long neck. 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. Put that weight down. Let's take a break. Roll the wrists. Move the fingers. Jazz hands. And then come back. Side 2. Push down through the right arm. Imagine gravity pulls you up away from the floor. I already know that I'm going to be extending my leg. I'm going to pull my left arm right by my side. Extend and bend. Extend. I'm trying to find as much length through the spine as I can, through the back leg. 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Extend the arm and hold. Straight arm pulses. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come all the way down. Another set of wide elbow push-ups. When I say wide, it's pulled in a little bit. When people come down to that push-up, they end up getting all shouldery and yucky. So pull your elbows back just a little bit so you can pull the shoulders away from the ears. I'm keeping my knees right under my hips today. I'm really modifying this. Whenever I really want to work on alignment and precision, I tend to make the exercise a little bit more attainable. 3. Help myself. 4, 5. We're doing 8, 6, 7. Last one. Woo! Come all the way up. Let's turn the palms forward. Reach the arms back and lift the chest up. Push your hips forward. Take a nice deep breath. and then roll the shoulders around. I'm going to bring my weights off to the side. Oh, don't roll too far away. And then come all the way down onto the belly. Let's come back to this wide elbow position. There's a spider here. I sometimes don't kill spiders, but sometimes when they look like one of the ones that could hurt me. Oh good, he's running away. You can be free. Go ahead. Go find your parents and your friends. Okay, wide elbows. Let's lift the head and the chest just a little bit. Push down through the pelvis and bring the arms up and down. Up and down. You're going the wrong way, Mr. Spider. And up and down and up and down. 4 more. 4 and 3, 2, 1 more. And now lower the head all the way down. Bring your head to one cheek. Take a nice deep breath. Lift the head and the chest. Look down again. Arms are going to come straight by your sides. I like palms down for this. Reach back. Push down ever so slightly. I naturally just want to bring my legs up a little bit away as well. And then lower back down. Reach back through the fingers, forward through the crown of the head. Push down through the pubic bone a little bit. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. And then lower down. Let's do 2 more. You can lift the arms up if you'd like as well. That kind of really changes it, actually. Changes it a lot. 1 more. Bring the arms out nice and wide like you're an airplane. And then reach back along the sides of your body and come all the way down. Let's pull the hands right underneath the shoulders and then push yourself back into a child's pose stretch, or maybe another stretch that you like if this one isn't your favorite. And take a really good deep breath here. Think back through the sits bones, forward through the fingers. And then come all the way back up. Okay, we're going to come up to stand. When you come up to stand, you're going to grab your light weights. That spider's doing fine. He'll find his friends. Okay, when I was younger, one of my friend's dad, my friend Faye, her dad told me that spiders were good luck. Ugh. It's like one of those things, like, did you really have to tell me that? Okay, toes are wide. Same rule applies here. If bringing your heels together is not possible, grab a ball, grab a block. Actually, I kind of want to do that today. Okay, so stand up nice and tall. Toes aren't too wide. Inner thighs, that's why we've got something in between the heels. Arms are going to come out nice and wide. I've got my palms down. I'm going to come forward. Kind of really makes me draw the abdominals in and give the tush a squeeze. And then go back out. Forward. 2 more. Last one. And then all the way down. Same exercise, different palm position, hand position. So now my palms are forward. I'm going to come up, shoulders are down, keeping my palms forward. Same thing, forward and together. If my weights were heavier, I wouldn't be enjoying this as much. This feels like a really nice, almost lengthening stretch through the chest. If my weights were a little heavier, I would probably only be feeling the work in the shoulders. 1 more. And then come all the way down. Just a quick little neck circle, head circle. jaw release, go back, and center. Chest expansion. Arms will come straight ahead. Inhale, 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 inhale. Push the arms back, lift the chest, and then exhale to come forward. We're gonna add a little heel lift. So if you have something between your heels, give it a squeeze and lift. Bring it with you. Heel lift, heel lift, heel lift. Use those big toes, use those big toes. Open the chest, and then slowly come back. And again. And lower down with the heels. 2 more. This is hard for me. 1 more time. Keeping the block in place. And then come back. Heels down, bend the arms. Shoulders come down. Open and close. Elbows together, palms together. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, last one, and come back all the way back. Okay, open your heels to parallel, toes are forward. You can kind of soften your knees and send your hips back. And we're gonna find this like hug position. Energize the spine, look forward just a little bit, belly is in. Lots of good back and shoulder exercises today. Really nice to do if you're rounding forward a lot. Chest can get really tight with stress and life happening, emotional things. Really good to release that. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Come all the way down and all the way up. Let's walk the feet back just a little bit closer. Palms forward. We're gonna make ourselves a star. Shift into your right leg. Arms come out. We're envisioning like a star on its side. The head is one of the points. The arms are points. The feet are points. Push outward. Reach outward through each part of the star. Breathe. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then come all the way back. 1 more. And shift. Arms reach wide. Bring out that leg. Push the ground away. Energy through each point of the star. Give yourself a super deep breath here. One more. All the way down. Let's do a roll down here. When we get to the bottom, we can release our weights, okay? So I'm just gonna soften my knees along the way. Take my time. Roll to come down. Release the weights when you want to. I'm gonna like hang here for a second and let the weights stretch me out a little bit more. One more deep breath. And then you can release your weights if you haven't already. Push through the feet and take your time and slowly rebuild as you breathe. Come all the way up. When you finally come up, just take a moment to stand tall. Push your feet into the ground. Lift the chest. 1 more deep belly breath. We did it. Have a super awesome day. Enjoy.